Hello and welcome back. It's another exciting video that we're going to be doing today. I want to know what is the difference between what I am doing now and what I did when I initially started worm farming. Because when I just started, my worms multiplied 20 times the amount in 2.5 months. And the most I'm getting since then is doubled. So what's the difference? This is something I've given thought to for an entire year, sadly. But then I finally figured out what's going on. I'm feeding them the same way. They have the same moisture content. Temperature is basically the same. So what's the difference? What I've been doing is following the rule that says they can eat a pound of worm can eat half their body weight in a day. So I've been feeding them accordingly. Is that a bad thing? No, it's actually a very good thing. But here is what's different between then and now. When I just bought the worms, my compost bin was full right to the top. It had finished compost in it, and it had food scraps being added regularly. But because the bin was full, they had a lot of room to run around in. When worms have a lot of room to play around in, they have a lot of food, the moisture content is right, sufficient oxygen, sufficient acidity in their bin. Once all those conditions are met, then they reproduce to the max. But when all of these conditions are not met, then naturally production is going to be slower. So all this time, yes, I'm feeding them right, but the only difference is that they did not have that much room to run around in. So this is what I did. I put all my worms in my garden from my bin into the garage. And my bin is 4 by 7 feet and 2 feet deep. So, because it is in my garage, I do not want it to attract the rodents. So, I decided I'm not going to give them a lot of food scraps, just a little as usual, but leaves, dried leaves. I filled the entire bin with food scrap. With leaves. That way they can run around, they can feed on the leaf, they can use it as bedding, and it won't attract the rodents. So I will just bury the food scrap way down into the leaves. Also, I have my box here with my finished compost. So what I did was put some of the finished compost on top of leaves, put a set of paper, put more leaves, then I put more finished compost, more leaves, so that they can feed on. If you are going to be feeding your worms on food scraps, I'd recommend that you use other things to fill the bin. Do not use a lot of food scraps. You don't want it to get moldy if it is in your house, and you don't want to attract rodents. You want to fill it with things that you know the rodents won't like. They won't like the leaves. Well, it might keep them warm, but they won't go in there to feed on it. So give them the same amount of food scraps that you would in general, or less, because they have leaves they can feed on, but fill it with leaves. So all the way up, the entire bin is filled with leaves. So we're going to be seeing in 3 months' time, I'm going to look again to see how they're doing. Initially, I had the bin halfway up with leaves, and I noticed that within 2 weeks of having the leaves in there, I could go and move the leaves and I would find worms already coming up into that leaf, so they're already enjoying the space. So now I have the bin full. Well, it was full, but as you can see, I have about 9 inches from the bottom that's not full because the leaf is breaking down, plus they're eating it. So the other set that I had it on it, I haven't seen any worms up in it yet. I just went through it and wet it down since day 0. That was a task. So we will be looking at it in 3 months to see just how well they're doing, and then we'll be checking it at a 6 months later, and then at the end of the winter we'll see if they'll have all of this eaten and just how much worm I have. Okay, thank you for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Your support means a lot to me, so thank you to all my viewers and to all my subscribers. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you later.